over the last years where I'm like really focusing on women with high sensitivity, as we are, that so many of us aren't even consciously aware of the fact that we're taking on stuff, energy, maybe sometimes even opinions, but definitely like feelings from other people, from communities, from our workspace. And then it's like, oh, why did I say yes to this? It's not even aligned. But that comes so much later because the awareness of who is actually me in that moment and where is my boundary
Mhm.
sometimes is not that tangible because of that high sensitivity. And that can lead to a lot of, I don't want to say problems, but challenges.
Absolutely. I mean, I think I always go back and I share this with patients a lot too, because it was such an aha moment. I grew up knowing I was really sensitive. I'd go home and think over and over again about what I'd said and how did someone feel about it. And that all that anxiety. And when I started as a naturopath, we had a residency year, and I'll never forget the first time I worked with someone who had an ear infection, and I'm taking their intake and I'm hearing their story. And by the end of the hour, I went to my supervisor and I was like, "Why is my ear throbbing?" And
Oh,
he
yeah.
was like, "Oh, because you don't have good boundaries yet." And I was like,
Mhm.
"Holy shit."
Yes. It's so it's not crazy, but like with the lens of how society like classically thinks, it's like, what? That's not possible. And there's no proof of this, so you imagine it. But if you're highly sensitive, if you're highly empathic, that's your daily life. And really learning that, oh, it's not me having an issue with my ear, it's something that I've picked up. But
Yeah.
that also means you can easily let it go once you've
Mhm.
become aware of this. So I think it's actually quite empowering once you learned how to work with it.
Absolutely. I also think, it's hard because I believe, especially as women, but just as humans, when you have that degree of sensitivity and empathy, it's really easy for others to enjoy that, to validate that, right? You see people clearly, you can attend to people's needs. And so from often a really young age, that's promoted within you, right? Oh,
Mm.
you're so good at giving to me, right? And we become it becomes ingrained in our identity. Like this is my raison d'être is to be for the other. And so if
Yeah.
we don't learn to include ourselves, it becomes
Oh,
very hard to find that balance.
it does. It does. And I think you're speaking to something that is really hard to detangle when we start working with our sensitivity is the fact that, oh, other people like really enjoy the benefits of that. This
Yeah.
almost natural ability to make people feel seen, feel safe,
Mm,
feel like validated in how they are, feel understood, which I found like naturally leans into the people pleasing path. It
yeah.
happens automatically. So it's very much encouraged, that part of the sensitivity. And if you
Mhm.
decide to become aware and then stop so that you find healthy boundaries for yourself,
Yeah.
normally there's quite a lot of pushback from your closest circle because that's uncomfortable for them now.
Can be, absolutely.